Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss about the central nervous system. We know that central nervous system which is made by brain and spinal cord. In that the location where it is seen in the mid dorsal axis. When we see the brain, this brain which is enclosed within the cranium while the spinal cord passes through the vertebral canal of the vertebral column. Okay, in that the central nervous system which is covered by three meanings, that is dura mater. It is one of the outermost of non-muscular thick and fibrous meanings. Then arachnoid matter, the middle, it is the middle layer, thin and non-muscular web-like meanings, and pi matter, that is the innermost delicate and highly vascular meanings. Between the dura mater and arachnoid matter, subdural space which is present with a serous fluid. In that the fluid which is present. Between the arachnoid matter and the pi matter, subarachnoid space filled with the cerebrospinal fluid. This cerebrospinal fluid, it is very extracellular alkaline fluid with a specificity gravity of 1.005. Okay, and their location means in the subarachnoid space, the ventricle of the brain and central canal of the spinal cord which is seen, and quantity having 100 to 120 cc. Cerebrospinal fluid is secreted by the pi matter, choroids, plexus, and the ependymal cell lining the ventricle of the brain and central canal of the spinal. Then the CSF drains out from the three opening in the roof of medulla oblongata, and this three layer or these three meanings and the CSF act as a shock absorber and protect the brain and spinal cord from the mechanical injury. Then what is the function of this CSF? Which maintain the constant pressure inside the cranium, which help in the exchange of nutrient and waste between the blood and brain tissues, and it also help in the supply of oxygen to the brain. It protect the brain from the desiccation. The next is human brain. When we study of brain, when we do the study of brain, at the time this terminology called as the encephalology, and we know that there are three parts of brain which is important for different function of our body, that is forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain. The forebrain consists of the olfactory lobe, cerebrum, and diencephalon. When we see about the olfactory lobes, it is very highly reduced in the human brain, and each lobe which consists of the olfactory, peduncle, and olfactory bulb. Then cerebrum, it is one of the largest part of brain which is divided into right and left cerebral hemisphere. Corpus callosum, thick band of nerve fiber which connect the two hemisphere internally, and the outer surface of the cerebrum, that is called as the cerebral cortex. Inner part of the cerebrum, that is cerebral medulla. When we see about the cerebral hemisphere, which shows the several convolutions or gyres and grooves called sulci to accommodate the large number of nerve cells, and this each cerebral hemisphere having four lobes by three deep sulci. Central sulcus see in the frontal lobe and the parietal lobe. When we see the parieto-occipital sulcus and parietal lobe and occipital lobes. Next one is the functional areas of cerebrum. Hence the cerebrum shows the all three types of area, that is sensory, motor, and association area, and it encloses two lateral ventricle. The first part, that is frontal lobe, which have motor area controlling the voluntary motor activities, which is responsible for frontal areas responsible for thinking, planning, and short term memory. It is one of the short term memory. Okay, the second one area, that is the parietal lobe. This parietal lobe which is responsible to touch, smell, and taste. And third one is the occipital lobe, responsible for visual activity, and fourth one is temporal lobe, which is responsible for memories. Means in that the premotor area which is in, and this premotor area higher center of for involuntary movement and autonomous nervous system. One of the area, that is the association area, responsible to coordination between sensation and movement. Then Broca's motor speech area translate the thoughts into speech. The frontal lobe has an area for expression of emotion, intelligence, willpower, and memory personality. In that, the one of the intelligence center which is present at the junction of temporal, parietal, and occipital lobes, which helps in the understanding of spoken and written words. One of the area that is basal ganglia, which is having gray masses in the white matter. They receive the neurotransmitter from various parts and help the cortex in the exhaustion of subconscious activity. The largest basal nucleus, that is the corpus luteum, is present, and it is also called as the basal nuclei, that is basal ganglia. Next one part, that is diencephalon, and this diencephalon lies below the corpus callosum and above the midbrain. It contains epithalamus, thalamus, and the hypothalamus. The cavity of diencephalon, that is third ventricle, it is also called as the diocele, which is connected to the two lateral ventricle of the cerebrum through a narrow opening called foramen of Monro. Then the roof of diencephalon epithalamus is non-nervous. Anteriorly it is fused with the pyometer to form the anterior choroid plexus. Dorsally it is connected to pineal gland through a pineal stalk. This pineal gland, which secretes the melatonin, responsible to sleep inducing hormone and hormone for reproductive behavior. Second one is the thalami, which is the lateral thick walls of diencephalon connected by the habedular commissures. The RAS which is seen, and this RAS called as the reticular activating system of thalami, connect different parts of the brain, and this RAS relays the center for the transmission of all sensory impulse to the cerebrum. The next one part, that is cavity of diencephalon, which is the third ventricle called as the diocele, then which connected to the fourth ventricle metacele through the duct of soleus or iter, and hypothalamus, which is the floor of diencephalon richly supplied with the brain blood, and hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal vein. It help in the feedback mechanism for hormonal control, and it also maintain the homeostasis and the involuntary behavior control. Next part, that is the hypothalamic nuclei, masses in the white matter of hypothalamus with a neurosecretory cell. Hypothalamus, it is one of the link between the nervous and endocrine system. It is responsible to regulation of the heart rate, respiration, blood pressure, body temperature, water and electrolyte balance. And it is one of the center for hunger, thirst, sleep, fatigue, secretion of the glands of stomach and intestine. It also produces the neurohormone that stimulate the pituitary gland. When we see the limbic system, in that it is one of the complex neuronal circuit formed by the hypothalamus amygdala part of the epithalamus and thalamus and hippocampus and other areas, which is responsible for emotional reaction, motivational drives and memory. Next part, that is the hypophysis. It is connected to the hypothalamus by the hypophyseal stalk or infundibulum. Posteriorly, hypothalamus bears the optic chiasmata. It is one of the crossing of two optic nerve and a pair of mammillary bodies responsible for recollective memory. The midbrain, when we see the midbrain, in that it is located between the diencephalon and the pons varoli. It contains the cerebral aqueduct or iter that connect the third and fourth ventricle. Corpora quadrigemina, which is connecting of two superior colliculi, that is visual reflex, and two inferior colliculi, auditory reflex of the dorsal side. And the next part, that is cerebral peduncle. It is very thick, two thick fibrous tracts of ascending and descending nerve fiber that connect the RAS to cerebrum. Next part of midbrain, that is red nucleus, a mass of gray matter scattered within the white in the midbrain. It controls the posture and muscle tone, modifies motor coordination. Then when we see the hindbrain, it consists of pons varolii, cerebellum and medulla oblongata. The pons varolii has a cross band of the nerve fiber connecting cerebrum, cerebellum, cerebellar lobes, medulla oblongata and spinal cord. त्याच्यातलं cerebellum पाहिलं तर cerebellum is consist of two cerebellar hemisphere and central vermis. The intermixing of white matter with the gray matter resulting in a tree-like pattern called arboreality, and thus cerebellum is connected to the other part of central nervous system by the three pairs of myelinated nerve bundle called the cerebellar peduncle, and all activities of cerebellum are involuntary in nature. When we see the cerebellum is the center for maintenance of equilibrium of body. It is a function of cerebellum, that is posture, muscle tone, balancing, orientation, and moderation of voluntary movement. Okay, then it is depend on cerebellum. It is regulatory center. Cerebellum is a regulatory center for neuromuscular activities and also control the rapid activities like walking, running, speaking. Okay, then the important part of the brain, that is called as the brain stem, that midbrain, pons and medulla. That is the next part, medulla oblongata is one of the posterior most part of the brain with inner gray matter and outer white matter. Cavity of this medulla called ventricle or metacell, and the roof of medulla oblongata has a posterior choroid plexus which secretes the CSF. Then posterior choroid plexus shows three openings. One pair of foramen of Luschkas and foramen of Magendis. The medulla oblongata, which control the involuntary vital function like heartbeats, respiration, vasomotor activities and peristalsis, it is also depend on medulla oblongata. They also control the non-vital reflex activity like coughing, sneezing, swallowing, vomiting and yawnings. Okay. The next part of central nervous system, that is spinal cord. It is most important part of central nervous system which lies within the central canal of vertebral column, and it is surrounded by three layers, that is dura mater, arachnoid matter and pia mater. It is dorsoventrally flattened, and it has a central canal lined by the ependymal cell and filled with the central cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, and it shows two swelling along its length called cervical and lumbar swelling. Then it gives out 31 pair of spinal nerves from lateral side. It tapers posteriorly into conus medullaris from L1 to L2 and continuous as a thread-like structure, that is the phylum terminal. The bunch of the spinal nerves along with the phylum terminal constitute the cauda equina, that is horse's tail-like structure, which is seen. When we see the TS of spinal cord, it shows the deep narrow dorsal fissures and shallow broad ventral fissure. There is a central canal surrounded by H-shaped gray matter followed by the white matter. You can see here in this diagram white matter and gray matter which is seen, and white matter which is surrounded to that of the gray matter. Okay, in that the gray matter is divisible into 6 horns, 2 dorsal and 2 lateral and 2 ventral horns. इथे तुम्हाला दिसेल की जे ग्रे मॅटर आहे, ग्रे मॅटर which is divided into dorsal root and ventral root also, or it is this dorsal root arise from the dorsal horn and ventral root arise from the ventral horn, and in that 2 lateral horn it is also seen, this 2 lateral horn which is connected to that of the ventral horn. Okay, then the white matter is divisible into 6 funiculi, namely dorsal, lateral and ventral funiculi. White matter जे आहे, it is also forms the funiculi and it forms the ventral and dorsal, lateral and ventral funiculi. dorsal and ventral horn of the gray matter, dorsal root and ventral root respectively. Then the dorsal root and dorsal root which is seen, this dorsal root contains the dorsal root ganglion. Dorsal root contains the dorsal root ganglion, and this dorsal root ganglion with the unipolar sensory neuron, त्याच्याजवळ काय असणार आहे, युनिपोलर सेन्सरी न्यूरॉन्स असणार आहे. ठीक आहे. देन द असोसिएशन ऑफ न्यूरॉन इनसाइड द ग्रे मॅटर, इट रिसीव द सिग्नल फ्रॉम द सेन्सरी नर्व, इंटिग्रेट इट अँड डायरेक्ट द रिस्पॉन्स टुवर्ड द न्यूरॉन्स. म्हणजे असोसिएशन न्यूरॉन्स जे आहे विच इज सीन इन टू इनसाइड ग्रे मॅटर, ग्रे मॅटरच्या आतमध्ये राहणार, विच इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू रिसीव द सिग्नल from the sensory nerve which integrate it and direct response towards the motor neuron. The lateral horns of the gray matter which is seen when we see the lateral horn of gray matter, in that this lateral horn which is responsible to neurons of autonomous nervous system of which emerge out from the ventral root of the spinal nerves. White matter which contain the bundle of myelinated nerve fibers which called as the ascending or sensory and descending that motor tract, and this ascending tract which is called the sensory impulse from, what is the role of ascending tract, that is sensory impulse from spinal cord to the brain. When we see the function of spinal cord, it includes the central column of funiculum, most reflex action. When we see the descending tract, pathway for conduction of sensory and motor impulse and it brain to nervous connection and many parts of the body. Spinal, these cord. Are it is function of spinal structure cord. Of TS of spinal cord.